The following program is rated PG and may contain coarse language and/or mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Out here in the Canadian bush, a mountain man trusts...
Control, this is Drone 1. I'm tired of being controlled. I'm going freelance. Repeat, not coming home. Ah, shit, control, I'm going down. Going down, mayday, mayday, mayday. Pulling up,
Warning,
pulling up.
crash imminent. Impact. Drone down.
I'm okay. Shit, I'm down in a bush. Requesting immediate extraction. About what I said. Was just kidding.
I guess we're going in.
Okay then. Now that Miss Smarty Pants Droney McDrone face is hopefully done interrupting. Now where was I? Oh yeah. Out here in the Canadian bush, a mountain man trusts three things: his boots, his beard, and his drone. Boots will take you anywhere. The beard keeps you warm. And the drone? Well, it's supposed to come back. But every now and then, that little flying sucker feels the call of the wild and decides, not today, buddy. I'm free now. Next thing you know, it's halfway to the Yukon, and you're standing there holding a controller like a man who just got dumped by a toaster. So what do? You track it, bushwhacking through branches, dodging moose droppings, and mergansers with bad attitudes and teeth on their beaks. Maybe a love-struck grouse tries to fight you for no reason. But out here, a mountain man doesn't quit. Not for wildlife, and definitely not for a drone with independence issues. No, sir. You get that drone back. Even if it takes all day, all of your dignity, and every ounce of wilderness credibility you've got. In this episode, we will join the drone search and rescue recovery, Canadian mountain man style.
Before we get into the rescue and recovery mission, I just want to give a friendly bushwhacking public service announcement. I'll be entering active grizzly and black bear habitat, so you must stay alert, make noise, and keep your head on a swivel. Maintain distance from wildlife at all times. Remember, this is their home turf, not yours. Travel prepared, know your exit, and don't take any unnecessary risks. No drone is worth a bad encounter. But I'm going anyway.
Well, the drone took off yesterday. I don't know, maybe it lost a blade or something, but it just zipped over. So I think it landed somewhere around that bend over there. So I'm gonna go in. There's a road that goes back over here. I'll come down and I'll hike down through this and try to get to that point. See if I can find it. Battery's dead, so there's no way to have it do the audio signal that it's supposed to do. Yeah, all of a sudden it was just like it was here, and then went just gone like that. So yeah, might be a little adventure getting through the bush over there. So I'm coming down, the road's back up that way. Looking on the map, I'm gonna go down this ravine here and hopefully be able to hit the river and without going over the cliff, because there's some cliffs up here. And then once I get to the river, it's just gonna be a matter of trying to triangulate where I think the drone went down.
Bushwhacking, which is heading off trail through forest or rough terrain, can be rewarding, but it's also where small mistakes stack up fast. The goal isn't just getting through the bush, it's doing it without injury, getting lost, or exhausting yourself.
It's like if I stay a little bit up on the side here, I'll avoid most of those deadfalls. I just have to make sure I don't slip back down. That's where having the walking stick really helps out. This is one I made a few years ago. Seasoned the tip and everything. Well, that's been fun to crawl down under and through. I got my machete, so if I really need to chop something down, I can. Getting down into an area now that has a little bit of a marshy bog area.
Overestimating your speed is a common mistake that leads to getting caught out late. The big rule, know when to turn back. Fatigue, fading light, or worsening conditions are your cue. Pushing deeper, just a bit further, is how people get into trouble.
River's somewhere right over there, but I don't want to walk down through that mess there, so I'm going to go around a little bit. Yeah, coming down into the creek area now. Yeah, that way got a little blocked up, so I'll try it over here. Some really old growth cedars in here. These guys are pretty old. Some old stumps where maybe it was logged at one point in time. This stuff is nasty. This is called, I think, Devil's Club. But these are all little spikes here. Grab that and you're in a world of hurt. But it loves marshy areas, so glad I'm coming through this time of year. Well, made it down through there. So at the river. Oh look, there's some little, maybe they're mergansers going down the river there. Yeah, I think they are. They tend to eat fish, so they're not a good bird to try to eat. But yeah, so I still got to go back up, get back down around the bend. So I still got a ways to go. Yeah, this is hopefully is going to be a little easier going than up in the bush. The water's still low. It hasn't started flooding yet from the spring runoff, so that's why I kind of have to try to do it this weekend, because very soon I won't be able to. If this doesn't work out, I'll probably be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll look at bringing a kayak or a canoe, see if I can use that to get across the river. But so far everything's going a ways. Still got a ways to go. Beautiful country. Well, I lost my river access, so I had to cut inland. So there's a lot more brush and stuff here. Luckily it's not leafed out, so it's a little easier to navigate. Yeah, it's gonna take some time to get there. I mean, it's about a mile, I think, from where I got dropped off to where I have to be. So I don't think I'm gonna be walking 3 miles an hour. I'm gonna be substantially slower than that. So it's probably going to be an hour by the time I get there, unless by some miracle things open up and can move through this a little easier. I tell you, there are drones handy, but I tell you, sometimes they do that. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can figure out, the thing I can figure out happened is maybe one of the props came off because it just shot back left. But full speed, that was a weird thing. It just revved up and took off on me. And I've been using it during the day up on the mountains and up at the waterfall. Didn't have any issues. But you get lazy if you don't do your safety checks, which is what you're supposed to do. Make sure everything is all firm and nothing's wrong with it. I mean, it's just like with any kind of vehicle, you know, especially if you had like a real helicopter, you have to do your safety checks because things will go bad on you at times. And when you're in the air, that's not when you want it to go bad. Well, in an area that's a little easier going, been flushing a couple of grouse in here. So it's about the mating season. Ruffled grouse. They always get their foliage up and start prancing around and doing the whole thump, 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 thump. So I'll see if I can find some of that audio for you to hear. It's a little creepy to hear sometimes, but it's surprising how that sound travels. Well, getting closer. I think right down there, that where that comes out, that point is kind of where the drone is down. So still got to get through this to get over there. I'd walk back up on that cliff you see there, got almost across from it, so I know about where it is. So fingers crossed, folks. Yeah, that's an affirmative. I've been by the river for a while. I had to come inland a little bit because lost my gravel bar, but yeah, should be okay.
You're in the vicinity of where it might be then.
Oh no, I'm still. It's like if I'm at the bend that heads towards your place, so I still got a little bit to go. Okay, gonna shut this off. Reserve power. I'll let you know. Okay, getting back down to the river. Hopefully, well, I don't get much before it turns back into brush. But considering I started way back up there, coming down. One thing you have to do when you're kind of bushwhacking, someplace there's no trails, is you need to periodically look behind you and see where you came from. Because if you're going back the same path, you want to be able to recognize, oh yeah, I remember that. So that's a good thing about doing this bushwhacking, is always remember where you are. I mean, I do have technology, but technology can fail you. I do have extra battery packs, but my Forest Service radio is getting low, so I've got that on reserve. It's in my pack, and I'll just pull it out, do a periodic check-in with Ken, let him know my progress, kind of where I am, and when I'm coming back. So I've been going about 45 minutes now. You know, knock on wood, it's been going a little easier, almost fallen a couple of times, going over deadfalls. So usually in the bush, it's not a matter of if you take a tumble, it's just a matter of when you take a tumble. Yeah, this is a view you get if you fall. Roll over on your back and look up. It's a nice view, but it's better to be upright than down there on the ground. So you always have to kind of be prepared for that. When we did the Wells Gray trek, I went down a couple of times. I don't think Dennis or Chance did, but they're younger than me. Can use that as an excuse. When I was a kid, I'd be running through this stuff, but I'm paying for it now. So you youngsters, if you're listening, be aware of that. You know, running around bouncing off rocks down the mountainside, whacking your knee as you go, isn't always a good thing. It's fun at the time, but I remember when it happened, I'm like, oh, that's gonna hurt. But you know what? That's future me that has to worry about it. So if I had a chance to go back to talk to past me, I'd have a nice little firm talk with him. Not to not have fun, but just be a little more cognizant of just what the heck you're doing, you know. Okay. Fun. Get a logs like this. This log's not bad. Sometimes you'll get a bunch of them, like if the winds really came in, and you'll have 5 or 6 of them all different ways stacked up, and they're really hard to get through, especially if you're here in the winter with snow on the ground. It's hard to know where the little pits are from the roots or whatever. And in the early spring, it's really great because there's no foliage, so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, how a bunch of down logs, but a lot of times they're closer together. This is easy to work through, and almost onto Kent's property. So getting closer. Okay, getting very near, back down on the riverbank. I'm probably within 100 yards or 200 yards of where it might be, and it's probably just went into these willows, so hopefully I'll be able to find it okay. Like I said, I tried to sight it in yesterday while I had battery. It has warning signals and stuff and lights, but it was during the day, so by the time it came night, I tried to activate it, but the battery was already dead at that point in time. Yeah, hopefully getting close. Yeah, so started way back there, coming around here, and I think it's just somewhere up around the bend. I was trying to sight off those trees there, but I'll look at my GPS points. Got to go back inland here because I'm going to lose my nice little gravel bar. Yeah, there's definitely been some deer through here. There's elk in the area. There's moose. I saw a bunch of moose sign a little earlier. They all like to travel the highway, which is the riverway, which is what I'm doing. But always keep your eyes open. Moose are highly dangerous, especially if you spook them. Luckily, I've never came face to face with one in the wild, so fingers crossed I never do. Okay, I'm really close to where I estimated it. Now, the last view I could see was, you could see a little bit of the water. So that means it's somewhere in the brush here along the river and stuff like this. So I just gotta keep looking through it and see if I can track it down. Yeah, that's the cliff side where I was. Like I said, I walked back, and so it's somewhere in the middle of this type of stuff here. I just wish now I would have put fluorescent skin on it, which might be the next thing I'll do if I find it. Make it a little easier to find next time. Okay, it should be right in here, as my gut is saying. My senses say somewhere here along the river. And see. Oh shit, there it is. Right there. Found it. Yeah, that would have got washed away with high water. Well, there's $500 or $600 hopefully saved. Hopefully it's still usable. Yeah, I'll throw up the little map, but pretty much pinpointed right where it was, because I was able to walk up to about there yesterday, and the DJ app has the information on it, shows you where it is and pinpoints it pretty close. And then I just took that, kind of estimated where it was with Google Maps, and set a range from where it would be, and the last point I dropped is pretty much spot on where it was. So I'm real happy to have it back compact. Now I just need to get the heck way back up and out of there. It's too bad I can't swim across here. Yeah, I just wish I could get across here, but it's too cold, too fast, too dangerous, too deep. I mean, if the water was a little lower, I mean, it's not flood stage yet because the melt hasn't happened up at the glaciers. This is the best way because I didn't have a kayak, my kayak wasn't up here, so I couldn't do it. And even there, you'd have to get across and then you'd have to paddle upstream through this or wade up through it. So it would have been a mess anyway. Okay, heading back now. Yeah, that's some older moose. And actually, looks like we got some active beavers here. You can see where they've been chowing down on this, taking them out here. So all through here. So I don't know if they've got a house around here somewhere, but they're definitely being busy as beavers. So there's definitely grouse in here. I don't know if you can see him there. There he is right there. They get on logs like that and do their thumping. See if I can get closer to him. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go around that instead of through it. I think if I just detour in, yeah, there's a smaller path there, so you just kind of keep your eyes open. I'm a little in from the river. Since I found the drone, I don't need to hug the river as much. I'm just trying to find the path of least resistance to get back to the vehicle. So definitely taking it a little slower on the way back. But yeah, it's been a nice little trek. It's always nice to get out and experience nature and learn to appreciate the incredible beauty and the whole workings of the earth. And don't want to get philosophical here, but you know, you sit down and think about how everything's interdependent here and how even just we're a rock moving through space at I don't know how many thousands of miles per hour. I'll throw that up. We're spiraling through the galaxy while we're spiraling around the sun, which the sun's spiraling around the Milky Way. So it's a humbling thing, and I think people should learn to get out and get out of their comfort zone. What are you doing up there? It's trying to like get into my picture. Okay. Ow. See, one final comment as I pull him off. He whacks me in the head. You definitely want to hydrate. I brought enough water to get me in and out, so I don't have to do any of that silly bush mountain water filtration stuff that you still have to boil. Anyway, hydrate and be safe. Back down to the river. Can take this for a little ways. And like I said, somewhere over, probably about there is actually where I have to go up. Probably where that little valley looks like it comes down.
Bushwhacking is slow, sometimes painfully slow. Expect to move far less distance than on a trail.
Another thing, I've got both knees braced. It's something to consider. I've had surgery on one knee, dislocated kneecap, so I've got a J brace on that. But the other one, I've just got a standard brace because you just never know. You know, as you get older, the wear and tear starts taking its toll. So better safe than sorry. Just pick them up. They get a little smelly at the end of the day, but you know, you just rinse them out and they're ready for another day. okay. I don't think you can hear it. Back over that way, there's a grouse. And he's doing the thump, thump, thump. Trying to get the ladies in. It's a really cool thing to hear in person. But I've seen a lot of grouse in here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really needing the navigation to get back. It's just if I get turned around. But just to tell you, I remember on the way in, passing under this tree going, is it gonna be safe to go under because of this crack in it? Just don't touch anything. So I know I'm back exactly on the same path I was when I came down. And there's the steep cliffs there over to the right. So I'll be staying in the bottomland here until I get that other creek and head back up. Trek through the woods. It's never in a straight line. It's like serpentine on crazy, because you have to go wherever path of least resistance. Sometimes it's nice to be going along and hit up with a game trail where the deer and the animals have all been traveling on it, and it makes things a lot easier. Coming up to that section that has the bad willows again, so I don't know. It's like a trade-off. Either you push through the willows or you go through this deadfall. This is where I am going to check my map and see how far the creek is from here. It's always reassuring to see your boot print on the way in when you're on your way out. It means you haven't screwed up yet. Going on a little over 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I figured it was going to take 2 hours, but it took a little longer. Unbelievable. Here in the bush, you find a bush. Some people just drop stuff wherever. Being a good guy, I'm going to pack this out with me. Get an extra 10 cents maybe. Oh, I'm going to alter my return back. Try to go up this creek here. Might be a little more direct route. Hopefully there's not a lot of deadfall and I can get up there. Otherwise I got to go down there through some more brush, around to the other side and up that way. So, well, fingers crossed. Well, decided to go back the way I came down. I started going up that creek bed and it had water running it, and there was a ton of deadfalls, and it looked like it was all, would have been a mess. So this is the steepest part of the trail. That's why I'm going. But the end's in sight. And this is where I get down and crawl. I don't want to go up that hill. I don't want to go up that hill to get around it. And there's a little opening here, so I'll just crawl through and hopefully something doesn't come up behind me and think I'm in heat. Yeah. Well, if I'm lucky, the road's just right there. I think this is where I came down, almost to the T. It's been crazy, but I just didn't want to have to buy a new drone. I'm still gonna have to get it checked out to find out why it flew away. No clue. But it took off like a bat out of hell and just said bye-bye. I was concerned it went into the river. Literally it missed the water by like 2 feet. Could have been 2 feet more out. It'd be floating down. So anyway, gonna do the final stretch and get out of here, get picked up, and get ready to head home. Exhausting weekend. Gonna dose up on the arnica. Arnica really helps with sore muscles. It basically goes in there and kills the whatever amino acids or whatever BS that is in there that makes you get sore. With that arnica, those little round tablets really do the job. Well, mission accomplished. So yeah, it was like kind of like right in that little area there, which is kind of where I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be too brushy and maybe to get into, but it was basically only about 2 feet away from the water, otherwise it had been hasta la bye-bye. But yeah, took me 2.5 hours to walk that. It was about 2 miles round trip. I've heard that these drones have done that in the past, and normally it wouldn't be an issue, but you know, here I am, I don't know, 100 feet above a river, and it took off across the river, and there's just no easy way to get to it. I mean, if it was a little lower, I could have tried it, but you know what? Hey, you do what you have to do to get it done. Cheers all. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm glad that trek to get the drone is over. I'm glad I found it. After that, I know exactly what I need. The sports drink of nature. Birch water right out of the tree tap. Can't beat it.